We see a kid watching the news in his room, and the kid's name is Sam. His mom tells him to take out the trash, and he does that. While he is throwing out the trash, an older man named Joe gets to the dumpster. The kid is scared of him and hides. The man takes a broken ventilator out of the trash and goes back inside. They live in the same apartment complex as each other. Joe works as a garbage collector and sometimes takes broken things from the trash to fix it later. The kid is really into superheroes and he likes drawing them. 20 years ago, the city had a superhero. His name was Samaritan. He had a twin whose name was Nemesis. The twin was not a hero, but a villain. One night there was a big fire and both of the twins were never seen again. Sam's mother is very poor and they are late for rent. They can't get in their house till it is paid. A kid named Jace sees Sam sitting in the communal yard and knows that he is poor. Jace has a job for Sam that will get him some money. Sam agrees to do it and we see the kids breaking into an old house. Jace tells Sam to get all the old electrical wires from the house so they can sell it. The job is done and the kids are walking to the place of the buyer. They are negotiating when some cars pull up. The men get out of the cars and hear the prices of the negotiation. A guy named Reza says that the prices are rookie numbers and if they want to get some real money, he has a job for them. Jace knows that Reza is a bad man, but Sam takes the job. They get to a store and Sam pretends to be injured so the store owner will come to him. The other guys get to the checkout and steal 2 boxes with lotto tickets in it. The group gets away and bring it to the headquarters of the gang Reza is in. It turns out that the boxes are full of potato chips and there are no lotto tickets. Reza is mad at Sam and they push each other around. The boss of the gang shows up and his name is Cyrus. He tells Reza to back off and he does that. Cyrus sees the drawings Sam made of the superhero Samaritan. The boss says that Nemesis was a better person than Samaritan, but he was just misunderstood. Cyrus even has a tattoo of Nemesis's logo on his chest. He gives Sam some money and wants the kid to do more jobs for him in the future. Sam gets home and gives the money to his mother so she can pay the rent and they can get back into their home. Sam is walking on the street when Reza sees him. He chases the kid because he wants the money that Cyrus gave to him. Sam runs away and crosses the street. He almost gets hit by a bus, but it stops just in time. Joe is in the bus and sees that Sam is being followed by Reza. Sam runs into an alley and Reza and his friends catch him. They hit Sam and almost kill him, but Joe comes just in time to save the kid. Reza runs at Joe with a knife, but Joe grabs it by the sharp side and takes it off him. Joe walks away and Sam thinks Joe is the superhero that was last seen 20 years ago. Sam picks up the knife from the ground and gets home. He takes his binoculars and is observing Joe. Joe takes off his shirt and we see that his whole back is scarred by a fire accident. The scene changes to Cyrus. He is in a police car and has a uniform on. He and his henchmen are trying to steal something. A security guard catches them and Cyrus gives the unsuspecting guy a grenade and he explodes. They get into a vault and we see some money and a lot of guns. He opens a briefcase and the mask of the villain Nemesis is laying in it. Cyrus also takes the weapon the villain used and gets out. Sam gets to a journalist named Albert because he thinks that he found out who Samaritan is. The kid told this story to him before, but then with someone else as the hero, so Albert doesn't believe Sam. Sam gives Albert $10 so he will talk to him. Albert shows him a picture of the weapon of Nemesis. He says that Nemesis forged the hammer with the hate he had for his twin brother. According to Albert, the hammer is the only thing that can really hurt either twin. They talk about who Sam thinks is Samaritan, but Albert thinks it is a weird story. The kid shows him the knife that Joe took off Reza. Albert is intrigued by it, but still thinks the story is too far-fetched to be true. Sometime later, Sam is back to investigating Joe. When he knows that Joe is not in his apartment, Sam takes a dumpster to break in. He is looking through Joe's stuff and sees a fridge full of ice cream. Sam opens the closet and finds a book with newspapers in it. All the newspapers are about Samaritan, and Sam now knows for sure that Joe is the superhero. Sam gets back to his home and hides the book under his bed. Shortly after, Joe gets home too. He sees that the book is stolen and gets to the apartment of Sam. Sam gives the book back and says that he is a fan, but Joe pretends that he has no idea where Sam is talking about. The following day, Sam and Joe see each other again in the parking lot. Joe makes a desperate attempt to convince Sam that he doesn't have powers. Sam doesn't believe him and is questioning Joe. Then Joe gets ran over by the car of Reza. Sam thinks he is dead, but Joe gets back up. They are at Joe's apartment and he finally admits that he has powers. Joe is eating ice cream, and Sam asks why. Joe tells him that whenever he gets hurt, his body gets a little bit warmer. When his body gets too warm, his heart can explode and he will die. The scene changes to Cyrus. He is in a van and throws a grenade on the street to wake everybody up. Cyrus has the mask and hammer of Nemesis on him and pretends to be the villain. He says to the people that Nemesis is back and tells everyone to go riot. Joe is sleeping and gets a dream about him and his brother fighting. He wakes up and turns on the television. Joe sees that the villain is back but isn't really scared for some reason. He gets outside and Sam follows him. Joe knows that he is being followed and catches Sam in the act. They talk for a bit and the two guys are bonding. They get back to their apartments and go their separate ways. The following day, Sam is waiting for him outside the apartment. He wants Joe to teach him how to fight. They get onto a roof and Sam shows Joe what he already knows. Joe tells the kid to hit him and Sam does that. He forgot that Joe is indestructible and almost breaks his hand. Back inside, Sam asks what happened between him and his brother. Joe doesn't want to talk about it and wants Sam to get out of his apartment. Sam is walking on the street when Cyrus drives by. Sam gets in the car and they get to the headquarters. Cyrus's right-hand woman gets to him and says that whenever he hurts one of the people in here, she will personally come to kill him. Shortly after, Sam is ready to leave but stays when he sees some men of Cyrus pull up to the headquarters. A police officer is in the trunk of their car and Sam follows them. Cyrus is planning to destroy the power plant so the whole city will be out of power. And when that happens, he wants everyone to riot and bring havoc upon the city. The policeman tried to stop him, but Cyrus's henchmen got a hold of the man. They threaten to kill him, and the cop assures them that he will leave the gang alone. Cyrus lets him free, and the man runs away. Cyrus takes a gun and shoots the cop from behind. Sam hears and sees everything and is scared. When he is running away from the headquarters, he sees Jace being bullied by Reza and his friends. Sam wants to help him and hits Reza. Jace runs away, but Sam is now the punching bag of Reza. Reza takes a pipe wrench and hits him with it until he is unconscious. They transport him in a trolley, and Joe sees this. He scares Reza and his friends away. Reza gets back to the headquarters and says that Joe is still alive, even though he got ran over by his car. Cyrus wants his men to get Joe so he can knock some sense into him. The henchmen are following Joe, and they get to an alley. A fight breaks out, and they shoot at him. The bullets don't bother Joe, and he defeats them easily. He walks away when one of the henchmen throws a grenade towards a little girl. Joe saves her, but the bystanders captured it all on their cameras. The police get there, and Joe runs away. He gets home, and Sam knocks on his door. He tells Joe the plan of Cyrus to destroy the city, but Joe doesn't want anything to do with it, so Sam walks away. The henchmen show the videos of the inhuman strength of Joe to Cyrus, and they conclude that the hero is back in town. Cyrus is mad and gets to Joe's apartment to kill him. Sam sees them and runs to his mom to say that they need to go. Cyrus and his men are in the apartment and are shooting at everything, but Joe is not home. Cyrus sees Sam and wants his henchmen to get him. Sam and his mother get to the roof, and Cyrus's right-hand woman is waiting for them there. They are now surrounded, and Cyrus will kidnap Sam, so Joe will try to get him out of there. And when that happens, Cyrus will kill him with the hammer of Nemesis. Joe gets to the house of Sam and sees the mother sitting on the ground in pain. She says that Sam is kidnapped by Cyrus, and Joe is angry. Joe gets the garbage truck he uses for work and loads it with explosives that will explode on his command. Joe arrives, and the gangsters shoot at him. He rams into the building with his truck and fights with some of the gangsters. The bad guys are with more than 100 men, and Joe is surrounded. Cyrus gets to him and hits Joe in his head with the hammer. He goes in for a final blow, but Joe blocks it. Joe says that he never said that he was the good guy and he was the real nemesis all along. The truck explodes, and Joe takes the hammer. Cyrus tells everyone to shoot at him and brings Sam to another room. He handcuffs Sam to a pipe, and Joe gets to the room. The whole building is on fire, and there is a hole in the floor with lots of fire coming from beneath it. Cyrus is waiting for Joe in the room, and he hits him. Joe almost falls in the hole of fire, but holds on. Sam tries to break free from the pipe and succeeds. He hits Cyrus, and this gave Joe enough time to get back up again. Joe overpowers Cyrus and throws him in the hole. Joe is in so much pain that he will overheat, and his heart will explode. Sam quickly gets water to cool him off, and he saves Joe. They get out of the burning building and get away safely. Sam is talking with the news, and instead of saying that he got saved by Nemesis, he says that he got saved by Samaritan. Joe is in the back of the group and is happy with what the kid just said. He will live out the rest of his life as a hero instead of always being the villain. Thank you for watching the movie Samaritan with us. If you liked it, subscribe.